Welcome, everyone. Today I have Sean, who is a graduate of the Inspired Wellbeing Program, and he's going to share a little bit about his experience. So, to jump in, first question. Thanks for being here, by the way. What was life like before the Inspired Wellbeing Program?
So I'm 42, almost 43, and I got to the point with my diet and exercise, not having much intention around either, um, where my body just wasn't responding to my lifestyle that I had lived for the last 20 years. So that's why I originally reached out to you to just try and institute new routines, healthier habits. And before the program, like I said, there wasn't a whole lot of purpose. I was making it to the gym somewhat regularly, but when I arrived, I wouldn't really have a plan in terms of like what exercise am I going to do and how should I space out those exercises day to day to make sure I'm getting the most out of my time at the gym. Um, and in the kitchen, I'd say I was more Googling recipes that I thought were healthy. Oftentimes, I'd find a list of ingredients that I had no interest in wanting to try. Like, I don't want to try tofu. And I've tried a lot of the stuff on the healthy ingredient lists, and not a lot vibed with kind of how I wanted to eat. So, yeah, and there was a lot more just kind of random fast food stops and just not a whole ton of thought, like I said, about what I ate and how I exercised. And then after going through 6 months of programming with you, I have lifelong habits that I formed and routines around both diet and exercise and confidence with both of those areas. I'm by no means perfect, but I've got 26 weeks of workout programming that I can lean on for the rest of my life that you personalize for my goals, right? Like, I don't want to be some buff bro. Yeah. I want to live a long, healthy life and be able to run around with my kids, be able to play golf, without having to worry about a nagging injury that I've had where I've had to see a physical therapist. And I want to feel confident in the food I'm making for myself and putting in my body. So I think we did a lot of experimentation throughout our time working together, and that helped me build the confidence that I now have. I consistently have a plan every week where when I arrive at the gym, I'm opening up my program and I know the 50-minute workout that I'm going to do ahead of time. I know what that's going to be for the next 4 days, and I know what the 4 days after that are going to look like. It's not a rigid schedule, but it's a plan, nevertheless, something that I didn't have before. I've got dozens of recipes and ingredients that we've worked through together that I enjoy, that I'll spend time meal prepping every week. And a big difference I'd say is I'll be a little bit more proactive. And if I know that I don't have healthy food at my disposal for the next day or the next few days, then I'm making a trip to the store and I'm getting those healthy ingredients that I know that are going to serve me and help me not have to make like a reactionary poor decision about food. So
Definitely.
yeah, I'd say just like getting ahead of that and being more planful. That's kind of the biggest difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. It sounds like a lot of going from, like you said, being in a reaction mode, and also too, not necessarily knowing, especially with nutrition. There's so much different messages out there. What's actually healthy, what's not. So building a lot of awareness around what's truly healthy, and then being able to have, like you said, nutrition systems that fit. And then I think what you mentioned with exercise, it's not that you weren't working out, but maybe what you were doing wasn't optimized for what your goals are. So being able to get some expert feedback and kind of co-create and have me create a plan for you that will actually help you with living and doing the things that you want to do in the best way possible. And then, like you mentioned, sustaining it long term, right? So being able to take what you learned, take a lot of the strategies, the workouts themselves, and build it into your life so that you're not just going to the gym showing up like, what do I even do today? Do I just walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes and call it a day? So actually committing to the workout. So I love it. What else would you say were benefits that you gained from the program?
I'd say you help debunk some incorrect beliefs I maybe have had. One thing we've talked about, I think, is variety in terms of the food that I'd had and the workouts that I do. Like, variety is kind of my enemy, and like consistency or routine is my friend, in that, like, it's okay to have the same breakfast and the same meat and vegetables every day for 3-4 days in a row. Those are healthy foods that I enjoy, that, like I said, are gonna serve me well when I arrive at the gym, and like timing of that and proactiveness. So, for example, before I came to this interview today, I know I'm going to stop at the gym afterwards. I ate 3 eggs and 4 chicken sausage. So I know I'm not going to be like famished by the time I get to the second set of my workout. Yeah, I'm going to have the energy there. And so, yeah, I think all that said, it's just, it was good to be able to bounce any questions I had throughout the program off of you, which there were numerous and many, and you were very gracious with your time with those. But most of it was kind of stupid stuff, probably to a lot of people, but not to me. Not having kind of the health background, obviously, that you have. So yeah, I think that was a huge thing too. Is just when something popped in my mind that wasn't necessarily overtly clear just through all the reading and the materials that you provide, then you were there to kind of just help me through all those situations.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's, again, like you mentioned, the program is individualized based upon your needs. And I think what you said, there's no such thing as a stupid question, especially with a lot of the mixed messaging that we see out in the exercise space and the nutrition space. So being able to find that clarity, and then again to be able to take action on it and create those systems for your life. So thanks for sharing all of that. I guess I got one more question today. What would you tell someone who's on the fence about signing up for this program?
I'd say don't wait. There's no better investment to make in your life than on your own health, in my opinion. So if I think about the money I spent on a college education, or XYZ random purchase in my life, it pales in comparison to the knowledge and confidence that I gained through going through the program that I can use for the rest of my life. So yeah, if I look back on the health class I had in college or in high school and think like similar amount of time was invested, formally with you, but just the learnings we had through, I had through experimentation that you guided me through, those are some of the best learnings I've had in my whole life. So yeah, don't wait.
Make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for the kind words, and also for putting in the work, right? It's, a big part of this program is that as much as it's individualized, you're the one who has to do the things, right? So appreciate you being here. Thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, keep inspiring.